Hey guys, Bevaz here with my third instalment of my free-to-play Raid Shadow Legends series. Just a quick thing before we start, I do actually now have a Jarek. I pulled him at the very end of the 2x Ancient Shards event. I'll just quickly show you here. I actually got this Ancient Shard in the last sort of couple hours of the event. This one here and this one here. I pulled them all right at the very end. I wasn't able to record it. I was actually on my way to work. I managed to pull from them an Honor Guard, a Jareg, and then a duplicate Avenger. Just, full disclosure, it is still a free-to-play account. I didn't pay for any of the shards. I have obviously already leveled him up because I do plan on using him. He's a very good attack down champion. Rending Claws obviously ends up as a 60% chance for decreased attack, as well as the ally protection and the larger increase defense. He is going to be replacing Coffin Smasher in my Clan Boss team purely because he's better for it. But yeah, let's get caught up. I have joined a clan. I don't know anything about the clan. It was literally the only one on my list that didn't require an application to be made, which means I do have access to the clan boss. Luckily for me, already one keying easy, but obviously it is easy. Getting the required 1.1 mil isn't too difficult if you know what you're doing. If you build your team right. Obviously I think I've ended up with some newer players, but that's fine. It just means that I won't have like my old clan, to drop a hard boss for me so I get double rewards. We'll come back to that in a little bit and I'll show you one of my runs. Obviously we need 3.6. I'm at 2.7, so I need less than a mil, so I should be able to get that done in the other. So 1 key here, 3 keys here, perfect. As far as we are with our missions, we are up to 67. So we've almost finished the first one. I'm just going to do, hopefully, 5 more champion kills to get that one, and then obviously that clan boss key, and then we'll be carrying on. Obviously the first part, as it's called, isn't too difficult. Also, I have started to book my War Maiden. I have actually been running a lot of campaign today. So I do actually still have all my books. I haven't used my books on her. I've actually ran a lot of the Deadlands, mainly because stage 3 was the highest stage 3 I could run. Obviously because shields do seem to sell for a little bit more. So it was the one I could run where Gale could do it himself with 3 food. It also did get me War Maiden because I need a spare War Maiden for the Relic Keeper fusion, which is part of our missions. So I do have in my vault my spare War Maiden. Obviously also for that one is Spirit Host. I think Executioner's in there, and I think Valerie's in there. Let me just double check. Yeah, so I have these two, and I have Executioner. I'm going to be trying to get Heiress over the next couple of days. Diabolus, obviously, when we start running 12-3, we will get one of these. And then it's just these two, but for now, these 4 are what I'm focusing on. So that'll be what's next. so it will literally just be running Palace. I'll probably actually be running stage 6 for speed boots. It probably will take longer than I would like. Pop you back on auto. Kale obviously does have quite good gear, but until he's level 60 with masteries, these things will just take a while to get done. It's just the way it is, unfortunately. I am focusing the majority of my energy into getting him up to rank 6, because it's just needed. I need a decent campaign farmer. As you can see, I'm going to be using this one as food actually, because I do have a spare in the vault in case any fusions come up. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This one's going to be food because I have a spare one here, and then it's going to be a case of getting these are all going to end up as obviously 4-star 40s, and then the rest are going to be fed into them to rank them up to 5s, to rank him up to 6. Let's just double check my arena, it's refreshed. Let's see if we can find someone who's a similar team power. The problem I'm having is that a lot of these, as I'm free to play, obviously not everybody is, so we are going to be doing horrible things like this and literally taking 3 easy wins because it's the only way I'm going to get enough medals. This is actually perfect. This gets me that last 4. I need to finish off that mission. So next obviously is that one, which we can probably do in about a half hour. So I'll probably keep playing and I'll pop back to you in about a half hour. Alright then guys, let's have a look now. Obviously I've waited for a little bit and we've got ourselves a clan boss key. So let's just show you how the team works. I mean obviously it's low level, it's just do as much damage as we can team. War Maiden for the decreased defense, Kale for poisons, Doom Priest normally for like the small heal, and obviously it's very basic at this point. I don't have many champions, but we'll see how they perform at the end. Obviously no decrease attack yet, which isn't great. And now Jareg is stunned and he goes before Doom Priest, so he's not going to lose the stun. Yeah, he needs more books. Jareg most definitely needs more books. Hey, finally a decrease attack. And now Doom Priest has cleared his stun. Still waiting for Outlaw Monk to proc one of his extra turns, but I suppose I haven't found that many duplicate Outlaw Monks to book him up. I'm definitely not wasting rare books on him. So Jareg's secondary role is to die, I suppose, with the ally protection. But luckily Kale's in lifesteal gear, so he's... oh, I should have used her attack up. Never mind. Kale's in lifesteal here, so he does tend to survive quite a while. Although, oh, I didn't expect him to survive the slam on the stun, to be fair. So yes, that's 3 here on normal, that's not too bad. That also gets this mission done. 1 frost or lifesteal artifact from Dragon's Lair stage 3. How long will it take us to do a Dragon's Lair run? Shouldn't take too long. I'm going to take these 3 out. That I literally have only been doing dungeons 4 missions. Said I'd rather focus on getting 6 stars first and then being able to pick up a little bit later on in the dungeons. So I'm hoping it won't take too long to get 1 frost or lifesteal artifact. I'm actually hoping to get boots with attack percentage. Because I was a fool and I sold the ones that I had, because I never want boots with attack percentage, and then I realised one of my missions is to have 2 attack characters with gauntlet, chest and boots, all with attack percentage at level 12. So I've got 1 done, and War Maiden actually in the terrible gear she's got has attack percentage on 2, so if I don't get a set of boots with attack percentage, oh no, just constant accuracy gear, but accuracy will be useful for almost all of my characters actually. But I'm not going to make you watch this, guys. I will pop back in a second after I've managed to get a bit further. Back in a bit. Alright then, guys, so I did manage to get my frost gear, that's fine. Yeah, we finished that one. I did farm a quick couple items and level those up. I've already got 2 there, so clear stage 1 of the Spider's Den. Now that should not be too difficult. No. No. Sorry, I do always just look in the market. I know this is the case of the odd piece you get sometimes. That is really useful. And yet we are just going to do stage 1. I'm thinking we should be fine to auto it. So that's what we're going to do. It'll probably take a couple minutes, so I will cut back in towards the end, alright? And yet didn't take quite as long as I thought it would, but that's great. So that's then that one done. I'm already in bronze 3, and I've cleared brimstone on normal. I can collect my 300 gems. Stage 7 on hard I've already done. I've already got champion at rank 5. Stage 5 or higher of the Ice Golem's Peak. Well, first thing I actually want to do is we are buying all of Kale's masteries. What do I normally do? That one, that one, that one. Can't do the War Master yet because he's not been ranked up. Boop. Not that one. 30% increased turn meter debuff. That's the one I want. No. I mean, I'm going to take the book, but mainly because I want sniper. It's going to be around lifesteal for most of it, which isn't affected by the book. But you'll probably end up in speed gear afterwards. So I would say that one, and then obviously that turn meter, whilst not very good for the clan boss, will help everywhere else. But his first hit's always going to be an AoE. So we'll leave for now. I do want Master Hexer and Sniper. And then let's take a look at our options here. 10% each time an enemy is killed. Shield buffs cast, not important. Damage inflicted when attacking with full HP, that will work because he's normally faster than like the clan boss, etc. So he'll always attack while full HP. Okay, and I'm probably gonna we'll take Cycle of Magic because that will help me to run campaign. So yeah, 6 days, part 1 completely finished. Now I've got to see if I can actually do Ice Golem 5 or if I've actually got to finish working on stuff. So it is Spirit Affinity, which isn't great. I don't really have any other champions, so I think we are just going to stick them in and see how they do. Hopefully they're a bit over leveled. Well, Kale should be fine, even if Kale has to solo it. It's got to be done on auto for the sorry, got to be done auto for the mission, but it looks like we can do it, so I'm not going to bore you guys with watching me auto it. I'm probably going to sign off for the night. As always, any suggestions, any requests, any recommendations, just get in touch in the comments. I said I am a working father of 4, so I don't always have time to be hawking my comments, but I will get there eventually if anybody makes any. But I'm going to continue with this as far as I can with what limited energy I have. So good night, and I'll probably see you tomorrow for day 7 when we get our shaman. Good night.